Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk to you about our favorite road trip snacks and the one food item that we bought in preparation for our road trip that when we taste tested it, it was a disappointment. As I mentioned in my last video, when we are in the car for a long period of time, whether it's a few hours driving to grandparents' house or an all-day trip on a multi-day road trip, my kids tend to eat mainly snacks in the car. So one of my goals is to get a wide variety of different snacks that they like and try to also find high protein snacks as well as fruits and other things that travel really well in the car to try to get some semblance of health in everybody as we travel. If you didn't see my other video about appliances that I recommend for when you're traveling, go ahead and check out that video in the description box and you can see the things that I recommended. But when it comes to traveling and snacks, I like to be over prepared. My littlest guy has lots of food allergies. He's allergic to peanuts, tree nuts, sesame milk, and mustard. And so I can't rely on stopping at just any grocery store to be able to find snacks that are safe for him. A lot of different places have one or two items that he can have. And in general, I tend to shop at maybe up to 5 different stores every month to get things that are allergy friendly for him. So for instance, I buy his favorite beef jerky at Trader Joe's. I get his favorite granola bar at Target. And so I shop at all of these places. So in preparation for our road trip, the month leading up to it, when I went to each of those stores, I had a list of our favorite snacks and I bought all of the travel snacks each time we went. That was an attempt to try to make fewer trips and to get all of those things far in advance. And when you see this pile of food, it's a lot. Now keep in mind, I overbought for the road trip planning, and then since it's the beginning of summer break here, these are the snacks my kids are going to eat all summer long. When we go to like the pool or the zoo or other places, we are not eating all of these snacks in a 1-week trip. But it's fun to have variety, and especially when you have food allergies or any form of food limitations, you know, it's really challenging when you feel like you can't have something. So in this case for our road trip, I wanted to make sure that I had a lot of variety, and I bought some of the things we don't usually buy. So like special juice boxes and things like that to make the trip special since we wouldn't be eating out at all. There are many times when my family eats out and we're trying to be more and more adventuresome, especially with my allergy kiddo eating out. I'm trying to get more comfortable with asking restaurants what is safe and isn't safe. We have our few standard restaurants, but we'd like to branch out. On this particular trip, we are going to be in South Dakota. As I mentioned in my other video, the state of South Dakota in the United States is much less populated than where we live at home. Where we live at home, we have a children's hospital 10 minutes from here. And so we have ready access to medical care in the case of an emergency or an allergic reaction. In South Dakota, there are places that we're going to be where we will be hours from medical care. And so that is a circumstance that we aren't taking any risks. Even though in our household, we do often have some of his allergens in our home, such as peanut butter, with lots of rules. I hope to make a video about it in the future. The rules and things that we have in place are systems to make sure that he's safe from those allergens. But on this road trip, we aren't taking any chances like that. We won't have peanut butter with us. He is able to have almonds and almond butter. And so that's his preference. He is allergic to other tree nuts, but almonds are safe for him. So in this case, we'll be traveling with almond butter, sun butter pretzels, things like that. So anyways, let me take you through our list of favorite snacks and then make sure you stay tuned to the very end to see our one big disappointment. All right, this first item I have here are Fritos bean dip. And so this was a high protein snack that I got. Obviously, this is not the cheapest way to eat beans. You can make your own bean dip at home. This was a convenient way to have something that has protein that we could eat in the car at any time that didn't need refrigeration. And this I bought from Walmart. So each of these little guys was just over $1, I believe. Let's see if we can get the label. Here we go. When I called, they said there was no mustard in it. I didn't get facility information, so if you need that, go ahead and give a call. So when I read this, there are no top allergens in it. So that's based on the ingredient list. All right, one of my favorite things, this is the Costco section. We have a lot of different kinds of beef jerky. You know, I figured it was better to get a lot of different kinds of beef jerky at Costco where it would be cheaper than at gas stations. And again, we're not eating all of these treats in one go. This will last us many weeks beyond our road trip. One of my favorites is this dried mango, partially because, or mainly because it contains only mango. There's organic mango and nothing else. They don't add sugar to it. Because we'll be traveling and not having as many treats we won't be eating out, I did buy a pack of Oreos. We can have wheat and soy in our house. These fruit bars are lovely. If you want to see more of my Costco favorites, I have a Costco video online of all of our favorite items. The Z-bars have a long may contains list if you aren't familiar with them. These, my non-allergy kiddos eat. Here's the list. They say may contain peanuts, tree nuts, milk, sesame, and wheat. So that is a really long list. They only contain soy as a top allergen. My allergy kiddo doesn't actually eat these. His siblings do, and I figure since they don't contain any of his allergens, that was a much safer option. The fig bars are lovely. They are plant-based, and they have a peanut tree nut free facility. Here's the list. All right, we got a few different types of beef jerky to give a try. None of these contain his allergens. I do need to call. These are for family members, adults to eat because they're a little spicy. Made goods are these little pouches are the best price at Costco that I have found. Almonds are a safe tree nut for my kiddo, so we will be bringing almonds as a healthy protein. And Costco recently had chomp sticks. They are also wonderful for allergy friendliness. They have their spices listed on them. Let's see if we can get it to focus. There we go. And you can call them if you need more information. The Archer Farms ones also list all of their spices. Where is it? Oh, here it is, right here in the middle, which is lovely because we have a mustard allergy, so that's always a concern. Again, those ones my kiddo's not going to eat. They are too spicy for him. He has tried both the chomp sticks and the Archer Farms, and he finds them spicy. So that was a look. These are all items I bought at Costco. The next two items, these bring me to Kroger every single month. So I have Kroger as my closest store. It's a Kroger affiliate store here in Wisconsin. And these Sun Butter pretzels are lovely. So I have only found these mini ones in these little tiny bags. But my kiddo loves them. They are super tiny. They also sell these larger ones in a tub, which is a cheaper option per ounce. They are essentially the same thing. Here's a look at the ingredients. And so they have wheat as a top allergen. And if you need facility information, you would need to give them a call. One reason I do send these to school is my kiddo and I talk a lot about how he can't share snacks because they look the same. These look exactly like the peanut butter filled pretzels. And since he had a peanut free class all year, I didn't send these very often because I didn't want his teacher to throw them away thinking they had peanut butter in them. So I tended to send these, or I would just print off the label, or I mean, his teacher knew that he had a nut allergy and he wouldn't be eating peanut butter, but I didn't want her worried about it. So I sent these in the package so she always knew. Otherwise, what we could do is I could save the label from this and put it in a container with the larger ones so that they would know. All right, my Target had a lot of allergy-friendly items. This last week when I went and looked, these are the items I ended up buying. Many of them you'll recognize. Oh, not this one. This is Trader Joe's, and this is Trader Joe's. So here's a look at some of the other items that I found at Trader Joe's, or not Trader Joe's. Here's a look at some of other items I found that were pretty allergy-friendly at my local Target. I did not buy all of them because they're not things that we all eat, but take a look at these. I have the things that we did like. So these two items, these Nature's Bakery bars, are really sweet. They taste very much like a pie, and they're a little crumbly. Just know that if you're in the car that they do have crumbs everywhere. The good old Teddy Grahams are dairy-free, which I appreciate. These are a special item for my kiddo, my youngest, to have. So I'm going to split them up into 3 separate treats. You know, oftentimes my older kids get things at the gas station. They'll get like a special drink or whatnot. And I knew that this would really be his favorite. And so I got these. We'll have one on the way there, one while we're in South Dakota, and one on the way home. And then these Good and Gather granola bars are his favorite granola bar by far. They're strawberry flavored, and they're very similar to the Z bars. So there is a may contains list. They may not work for everybody, but this works for my kiddo. So if you needed a different type of bar and a may contain label for tree nuts is okay with you, then give that a try. All right. This is my kiddo's favorite beef jerky, my allergy kiddo. It is rather sweet and there's no spice to it. So I stock up on this from Trader Joe's, and only he will eat this for the most part because all the other flavors are spicier and the adults and bigger kids like them. We tried these for the first time. They do have almonds in them and coconut. They were pretty good. I thought they were a tasty treat. They're very, they're chewy. So they're not like, trying to think of what to compare it is. It's pretty similar to the Z bars in texture. All right, my last stop was Aldi. So these are our favorite items from Aldi. Again, this is a mixture of treats and other snacks. So we do not usually buy these honey buns or the Rice Krispie treats for that matter, but their allergy friendliness is quite amazing. So this is like a donut kind of thing. This honey bun, it has a cinnamon flavor in it, but it does not contain milk or eggs. And so this is going to be one of our dessert options. I have the different fruit pouches, the fruit cups, fruit strips, freeze-dried fruit, all the fruit options. And then this hard salami is one of our favorites. It does not contain dairy. We've called about mustard and it didn't have mustard in it. And so because it's shelf stable, I'm going to keep it in our snack bin. And then when my kiddo wants it as a snack, then we'll open the package and then put it in our cooler. That will kind of save some cooler space. Also, this is something that I would bring on longer plane trips. I know salami smells, but you got to do what you got to do. So, and it's something that works for my kiddo. These Rice Krispie treats, if you notice, they are gluten-free. They do not contain milk or eggs because normal ones that you can find at the store, the Rice Krispie treat brand, does contain milk. And so those aren't safe for us. So there are the ingredients for that. One thing I am going to do on this trip, since we're going to be in the car almost every single day of the trip, is that I'm going to have a 3-bin set of drawers that we use to organize everybody's food. And then what we're going to do is the fruit things. I did not buy enough fruit items for the entire trip. So what we're going to do is the fruit things I know I can refill at a Walmart. A lot of the specialty bars and things in the beef jerky, those are the things I know I can't refill easily. So I only bought enough of the fruit cups for a couple days, like 2 days until we get to South Dakota where there's a Walmart, and then I'll refill on those throughout the week. We'll get a big Walmart order partway through. So in preparation for the rest of our trip, what I'm going to do is my kiddos are I'm going to organize all of these snacks items by type. So I'm going to have fruit, proteins, bars, and desserts. And they're going to choose, I think, probably 4 fruits to have in their bin, because I'm hoping that I can have 2 full days of driving without refilling their bins. So they'll put 4 fruit items in their bin, as well as a few different bars and a couple proteins. And then I'll have them choose 2 desserts. That will cover 1 each day. And so that way their bin is going to have their snack foods for their first 2 days. And then in particular, because this is a longer road trip, so we're going to be gone 9 days, I think. I'm going to have a separate bag that I keep in the luggage area with snacks for my kiddo on the way home. Again, the rest of us can eat snacks from anywhere. We can eat any snack from a grocery store. We don't have any other allergies, except for shellfish. And so I'm going to set aside plenty of snacks to get him through the entire trip. And then if I need to refill snacks for the rest of us, that is something that we can comfortably do. We'll have baby wipes. We know not to kiss him my kiddo's allergies are not so sensitive that we can't eat things around him. We just have to practice good hygiene and don't kiss him and don't share. So that would be my game plan. If your family is in a situation where that's not safe for you, then you would just have to bring a lot more up front or just rely on fruits and veggies. That is another part of my plan. We're going to have a multiple cooler situation. I will have one cooler with all of our dinner proteins, and then a different cooler with snacks and our lunch for each day. And I hope to make another video going over those meal options that we really love, and another appliance that I just bought to make eating out of the car even more fun. Here's a look at everybody's bins. We actually had a lot more room than I thought, so we have more than just 2 days worth of food here. So we're probably going to add in some other things for lunch, like some chips. My Lay's bags I tried to get from Walmart were substituted. So we're going to have to figure that out. I'll probably make some individual bags of some other snacks too, since these prepackaged ones really add up. So this will go in the side door of my minivan. We strap the 3 drawers to the captain's chair so that it can't like full on tip over. And then we probably will use a little bit of piece of tape to keep the drawers from opening with starts and stops. All right, in preparation for this trip, I have really been scouring for trying to find healthy snacks that we could eat in the car. So a few of my other favorite snacks that are high in protein, low in sugar for eating in the car would be things like guacamole cups, hummus cups, cheese sticks, hard-boiled eggs, fruit of all kinds. Grapes travel really well in the cooler and things like that. Some people even freeze their grapes. My family doesn't like that. They were a no-go on the frozen grape situation. But a lot of those things make really great travel ideas. One of the things that I really love is hummus. And because my youngest has a sesame allergy that we've had to epi for, we do not mess around with hummus at home, in particular, not on a road trip situation like this. So I was really, really excited to see that Zzz's, you may have found Zzz's bars at your CVS location, not CVS, Walgreens. They provide foods to a lot of schools, and they've apparently made shelf-stable hummus that is top 9 free for a number of years. But recently you've been able to purchase it as a consumer online, and I was super excited. I love hummus, and I've really missed hummus. We haven't really had it in our home since our sesame diagnosis, and so I was super excited about a shelf-stable hummus option that we could bring. So here's what it looks like. So we have, their packaging is absolutely adorable. So here's their original hummus. Right. It's so cute. Like the little pull tab even has the little monster in it. They have original, red pepper, taco, and a bean dip. So like a pinto bean dip. Okay. So those are the 4 flavors. I bought a case of it off of Amazon. I wasn't able to buy anything smaller than a case of, I think, 36. And guys, I'm really sad to say, I didn't like it at all. And my oldest son and I tried all 4 flavors. We kept trying them. We kept trying to convince ourselves they were good. We were like, oh, this one's better than the last one. I unfortunately cannot recommend it. My daughter even came in and she said, oh, those are at school and no one will eat them. So I find that really sad. So Zzz's, if you are seeing this, you know, I really appreciate your desire to make top 9 free snacks. It is such a need. Your high protein snacks are awesome. I hope at some point to try out some of your other options, like your flavored chickpeas, as well as they have sunflower seeds that are seasoned. I hope to give those a try, and I hope they're better. To me, this hummus missed the mark, and if I were you, I would not spend my money on it. So because I was so disappointed by the hummus situation. My son and I were talking, and he said our favorite one was the bean dip. Can't we just bring a can of refried beans with us and eat that with chips to get protein? And he was right. You know, you really could just bring a full-size can of refried beans with you. I mentioned earlier in the video, I bought these Fritos bean dips, and based on my call with them, these would be safe with my allergy kiddo. He doesn't love refried beans that much. Again, you know, our allergy kiddos go through a lot. They sometimes have food aversions. Beans is one of them for him. He can eat them, he just doesn't love them. But the rest of us like beans, and so I'm going to pack these. You need to be aware of, these are little tin cans. Do you see their pop lids? So I don't think, I'd have to research it some more. I don't think you can travel with cans like this in your carry-on luggage. You probably can in checked luggage. So this wouldn't work on a plane, but once you went somewhere, you could have them in your checked luggage. You just pop the top, and it tastes pretty similar to just a nicely seasoned refried bean dip. So it's still pretty thick, like normal refried beans. It's not soupy or anything. You could scoop it with a chip right out of here. And then I bought these $1, I think it was $1.15, might have been $1.25 each at my Walmart. So in this case, you can buy a couple. You don't have to buy an entire case for so much money. And so I hope that helps you out. I hope that you'll check back with me soon. I hope to make 1 or 2 more videos in this travel series right now as I prepare for our road trip. And if you like and subscribe, that will help to make sure you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. And I hope to bring you more allergy-friendly recipes, tips, products, and more to make your life living with allergies easier. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.